On Saturday, former Penguins forward Adam Johnson tragically lost his life in a terrible accident on the ice while playing in the Elite Ice Hockey League in England. Adam was just 29 years old.
I know it's cliche, but it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem right that there's a tribute video for our friend.
I agree, it's just doesn't feel right, you know?
One of the last texts I got from him, October 26th, he said, "Last I checked, you were 1-3. Looks like an abysmal start to me. Pick it up." We had kind of that brotherly relationship. I always say if he was one of your good friends, he'd greet you with a jab or a chirp.
Once he gets to know you, it's always just banter back and forth.
Banter followed by that infectious smile that he had too. So he'd give you something and then he'd have that smile and you'd go from there.
Winnipeg Jets defenseman Neal Pionk first met Adam Johnson when they played together in the Minnesota High School Elite Hockey League. They would play 2 years in Sioux City of the USHL before both heading off to the University of Minnesota, Duluth.
Johnson high slot, back to Pionk, a one-timer, he scores! Neal Pionk broke his stick and he scored anyway!
It was there they met Alex Iafallo.
One of his best hockey stories, I think, is when he scored the overtime winner to send us to the Frozen Four.
Now Johnson moving in, shot, they score! Minnesota Duluth going back to the Frozen Four. Adam Johnson gets the game winner in the region final.
That was probably his hockey highlight, so pretty cool.
That was probably one of the biggest games in our college career, right?
Pretty cool, yeah. Al has a good picture of us playing in college, celebrating a goal. Was that the Frozen Four?
Yeah, it's just a picture of us celebrating a goal, Frozen Four. He was flying around that game.
I would say that was one of his best college games.
Yeah.
Johnson signed with the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2017 and made his NHL debut in March of 2019. He played 13 NHL games in total, scoring his first and only NHL goal against his home state team, the Minnesota Wild.
A big storyline coming into tonight's matchup, that being the man who led the Penguins out on the ice for warm-ups. Adam Johnson, a solo lap in the NHL debut tonight.
Just really excited. You know, it's been a long time waiting, and this is what I've been working for my whole life. So I'm pumped to be here, and I just hope to contribute any way I can.
Right wing feed for Lafferty, shoots, blocker save made, the rebound, they score! Adam Johnson puts it home, and Adam Johnson has his first career NHL goal. And it's top shelf, baby. Oh, did he hammer this one?
Happy I got lucky enough for it to bounce right to me, and it was a good shot by Lafferty. I've been hoping to play here for a while, and it was a lot of fun to be able to do it in front of the family and friends from back home.
In his home state, first NHL goal.
Nice win, boys. Let's keep her going tomorrow.
To get the hard hat from Sidney Crosby in the dressing room after a game, I can just imagine what was going through his head.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see that video again. I know it's sad, but at the same time, you got to look at the good things and remember it.
I haven't heard his voice in a while. You know, I watch videos here and there, but it was good to hear his voice. It's good to watch. We got smiles out of it, laughs out of it, but at the end of it, you start getting chills and kind of emotional. It's just, you're still in disbelief.
I feel like you should be talking with him like normal, you know? So it's nice to hear his voice, but at the same time, it's pretty sad.
What do you remember about him saying, yep, I'm moving to the Nottingham Panthers?
He wasn't going to. He was debating on, you know, starting the real world and doing a different job or going back to hockey and kind of going back and forth. And then I remember a text early August saying, I'm gonna go. So we skated and trained together that August, and then he left around the start of September.
On October 28th, 2023, while playing in a game in Sheffield, England, Adam Johnson's neck was struck by a skate. Tragically, the 29-year-old died as a result of his injury.
So then I want to ask, when you first heard about his accident, I believe that you guys were in Montreal.
Yeah, I was at pregame meal around 4:30 Montreal time, and I got a text from Scott Perunovich on St. Louis. He's from the same hometown as Adam, and he said, "Did you hear what happened?" And I said, "No," and he said, "Go look at what I sent you," and I went and looked at my text, and All I knew was that there was an injury. Put my phone away at whatever it was, 5 o'clock when I got to the rink, and it was on my mind the whole game. I couldn't think of anything else. You know, as soon as the game was over, Chevy came and grabbed all of us.
So it was your GM, Kevin Cheveldayoff, who shared the news with you guys in Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I cried for 3 days straight. It was the whole flight home, and then the next 2 or 3 mornings, I woke up crying because it hurt.
Just going through like pictures at night, you know, for hours. You just rewatching the same video.
Well, then
still can't believe it.
There was good tears too, right? Like I would watch a video in those 3 or 4 days, and I would start crying, laughing. You know, tears were running down my face, and I couldn't explain it, but I had a smile on my face too. You know, that's just kind of how we got through it. With how tragic it happened, and how it happened, and how sudden it happened, it's something you don't prepare for. You keep saying there's no way. On the drive down here, I said there's no way I'm doing this interview.
Yeah.
But it's reality.
Even just like going on the ice, you know, we were talking about it after it happened a couple weeks, like to never go on the ice with him again. Just sucks, really.
Yeah.
So then you all went to the celebration of Adam's life, and the Jets organized for you to be there. I wonder if you could just kind of walk us through that.
Yeah, I was forever grateful, right? Like they chartered a plane for us. They didn't have to do that. You see his mom, his dad, his grandma, his niece, nephew, his brother who looks identical to him. Just another whole wave of emotion. And you try your best to be strong and to be there for them. So that was kind of my mindset going into it.
Yeah, just, you know, giving a lot of hugs and stuff like that. And I don't know, that was a tough time for us, and Neal gave a great speech. I teared up in that one.
Adam and I would often listen to the Eagles together, as it was one of our favorite bands. I'll never forget the late nights screaming songs like Peaceful Easy Feeling, Seven Bridges Road, and Hotel California. The only fitting way to end this speech is with another song title we'd belt out. Take it easy, Adam. I'll miss you, I'll never forget you, and I love you.
And then the next game was in St. Louis, and you scored a goal. Was that a little extra special?
Yeah. When I would score, whenever I scored the last few years, he would text me, "Wow, it's such a lucky goal."
Shifley delays. Here's Pionk, fires and scores! Neal Pionk with his first of the year after a terrific pass from Shifley. With a heavy heart, perhaps that one's for his buddy Adam looking down on him.
You know, I speak and then literally the next day score a goal, and it's not like I score every game, so it's no coincidence. I feel like that was kind of his way of saying thank you for speaking, so that's the way I saw it.
Net guards obviously became a big topic of discussion following his death too. How do you think that will impact the hockey world?
It already has. There's a lot of guys wearing them. I know some leagues have mandated them.
There's a few guys on each team, you know, you go out there and they're wearing them, so yeah, it's good.
I don't know if anyone wore it before this, and then now you play every game and there's 2 or 3 guys wearing them, so it's had a huge impact. We were in junior. We were on a 15-hour bus ride home, and I was on the top bunk and he was on the bottom bunk, and I decided to pour a little bit of water on him. He didn't like it. He got up and poured the entire bottle of water on my head. I think about that all the time, yeah.
What do you think Adam's legacy will be? How do you think he would want to be remembered?
I think he'd want to be remembered, you know, just what he was. He was a fiance to Ryan, an uncle to Grant and Britta, a brother to Ryan, his mom Sue, his dad Davey, and a true friend, a loyal friend. Like I said, I think that was his best trait, loyalty.